All right. Well, two ways to start this podcast. We can start with the Orioles and how much fun that was, or we can start with Luka ruining the game of basketball. I'm not sure where to start, but I guess we'll go Luka first because that was unbelievable. Like the complaining after fouls is mind blowing. I mean, it is really. I knew I didn't like him. Like I knew I really didn't like him, but I've never watched him. I guess three straight games like this. It's the finals. Watching every little thing he's doing, and actually rooting for the Mavericks yesterday. That was an abomination. Like that was despicable. Um, Reddick mentioned it at the end of the first quarter. I mean, they're up by six. He gives them 5 points by just complaining. And then the third and fourth quarter is just a disaster. I mean, it is an outright disaster. I blame the NBA because there shouldn't be a policy to just nonstop bitch. If you want to be a victim, I mean, everybody wants to be a victim, right? You want to be a victim, you want to complain about something, go complain somewhere else. Like, this is supposed to be entertainment, this is supposed to be fun. Oh my God, that is not fun. Like, why is that even allowed to just bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch? I'm glad he fouled out. I'm glad he sucked. I mean, it's terrible. It's embarrassing. It really is. It's offensive, frankly, as a fan. It makes you not want to be a fan. It's like the flip side of watching the Orioles. It has nothing to do with anything besides having fun. Like that's the whole point. I cannot believe what happened yesterday. I mean, it really. I think if we don't really emphasize, like that's the whole point of watching sports is to enjoy it and to have a character like that just constantly bitch constantly and it be allowed. I mean, it just leaves you with a sour taste. He is not in good enough shape. I said it before the series. I said it the entire time. They play hero ball, 101, 101, 101, and you don't play as hard as you possibly can in the regular season. So therefore that basketball works. Once everybody tries their absolute hardest, you're going to get tired. And that's what happens to him. He misses shots and then he just bitches. It's like it really is unbelievable. I can't think of somebody. I mean, it ruins, frankly, watching the game. And then, not to mention, Jack loses, I lose. It's not a fun game on top of the gambling. But honestly, the money I bet is really insignificant. Like it just didn't matter. Like I'm that's not why I'm upset. I said it a month ago about him. It it really. Oh my God, I don't even want to watch. I have no desire to watch the NBA. Like if that's encouraged and allowed for your best player to constantly bitch like that, and no one is, he doesn't get benched for it. He doesn't get teed up. I mean, nothing. There's no accountability. It's despicable. It really is. So fuck him and fuck the Mavs. That game was terrible, like unbelievable. Just I don't even know what to say about the Celtics because the Celtics do a million things I don't like, but they're winning because Luka falls asleep on defense. The rest of the team is not involved. I mean, if PJ Washington doesn't make a bunch of those threes, they're going to lose by 20 points. I mean, Kyrie's fantastic, but it's the same thing. You're going to get tired. You can't make every single shot down the stretch. So that game was ridiculous. May as well not see that $500 as far as the Celtics winning in six. But like, that's not why I'm upset. I really, I don't say I could care less about that. I mean, whatever. I had the Mavs yesterday. It's just not fun. So sorry for ranting and raving about it, but I think where I'm leaning is I'm just done with the NBA. If this is what the best product is going to look like at the end of the year, it's disgusting. I mean, he should be ashamed of himself. The laughing at the end of it, the smiling, and then blaming the refs. I mean, how many shy is 11 for 27? Mm-mm-mm. All right. Anyway, okay, done with that. All right, now I'm not talking about it for the rest of the day, so appreciate everybody letting me do that. And let's move on. Orioles, man, so many. Sorry about the glare here. The sun. Oh Lord, when I get back home, things will be a lot more smoother. Websites getting finished. It's just so many different things going on. So I do I certainly appreciate everybody's patience, and I'm much more happy to talk about the Orioles and Cade Povich and how great he was yesterday because he was my favorite at bat favorite moment. It was a 3-1 count to Riley, and he got him to fly out early in the game, and he just let out a lot of emotion, and you could just see he's still a kid. He's got to build out We got to get that speed up a little bit on the fastball, but that curveball is beautiful. You can't teach that. Once it's there, it's there. I loved his energy. I'm excited to see how he pitched. I know I was hard on him in Toronto, but man, he was awesome yesterday. Fantastic. Cowser, I mean, there's so many different things that every night it's like this guy does this guy does that. But what I really wanted to talk about was the game this afternoon, because this is when you want to frankly catch the Yankees or you want to win the World Series and you have these aspirations, there's certain games that just feel important. And today feels important. Feels important to me. I wonder exactly what the mindset is. It's an early game. The Braves are dying, man. The Braves are on this long road trip. They're headed home tomorrow. You know they want to finally win a game. You know they're going to just come out swinging. Irvin, all he does, excuse me, all Irvin does is throw strikes, right? So this is going to be just a wild game, I think, this afternoon. I think the Braves, excuse me, are going to be able to get the ball, get the bat on some balls, and Irvin pitches the contact. So it's going to be defense. And from the bats perspective, I really hope they have the killer instinct. The Yankees, like I said, all they're doing is winning. We play them Tuesday. You have the Phillies coming in this weekend. It's hard not to look ahead. And it just feels like today would be a great, great, great win. It'd be 7 straight, a lot of momentum. So yesterday's game was a great one. I'm curious to see what the lineup is. And yeah, I'll have my 2 cents more on, a preview of the Philly series, but things are going so well. I don't really want to jinx it by, I guess, frankly, telling everybody what they already know. Like, things are going great. We're hitting the ball. We're getting contributions from everybody. From a gambling perspective, I took off the night pretty much yesterday. It's almost like I could go with talk myself into any guy. So we'll see if I love the lineup tonight. We'll see what the pitching matchup is. See exactly who the Braves. I saw something that the Braves might switch their pitcher when I was recording this early in the morning. So I want to make sure that they have the starter that is expected. Then we'll see what the lineup looks like, and then I'll have my picks. But yeah, today feels important. Today feels like, man, let's win this game, reset the bullpen, get the Phillies for the weekend. Then you have the off day on Monday, which is, I think it's the only off day until the All-Star break. I might have to double check that, but I know they're off on Monday, and then they go to New York. So a lot of things to be excited about. And yeah, excited to watch the Orioles this afternoon. And I guess my final thought on the Mavs, because make sure I get it all out of my system. And this is, so you watch the Orioles, and when you get older, like once you're old enough to be, I guess once you're older than the players, you question like why you're a fan. Like if you're not gambling, it's like, well, why do I even care? And it's just something to think about, right? Like if you're not betting on the game, like why exactly do you care? The guys leave their teams all the time. They want to get paid, so the loyalty is not there. So it is an ongoing battle of like, why do I care? And the Orioles make it so easy to care, especially with the new ownership. And the Mavs, I mean, the NBA makes it really hard to care. I mean, that's what I took away from watching that game. It should not be allowed, right? Like you have kids watching and you have people watching that wish they were playing basketball for a living. Like, where's the perspective to just not allow talking to the refs? What's it help? If the coaches want to talk to the refs, great, but why even allow it? Because it's ugly. It encourages just absolute nonsense. I mean, what Luka did yesterday, he should have apologized, everybody. I mean, people are watching. Like, what are you doing? People are watching, and that's how you behave. It's the complete opposite of the Orioles. Every guy on the Orioles is humble, easy to root for. I don't know if that'll be forever. Money, whatever. We'll see what happens. But man, it is like impossible to watch that Maverick Celtics game and be like, this is fun. Like, this is enjoyable. So, all right, good. Losing my voice and I'm done pitching. Thanks for letting me do that. And guess I'll repay everybody by at least getting some winning picks out this afternoon, because yesterday, not so good. Let's see what we got today. All right. Have a good day, everybody.